Hello my country people, welcome back to the news. The Nigeria's Secret Police, the Department of the State Service DSS, has instructed airport security and immigration authorities to intercept and detain the prominent human rights activist Sowore upon his arrival in Nigeria. It was learned that the directive issued by the newly appointed DSS Director General Adeola Ajayi stemmed from Sowore's role in the recent 10-day #EndBadGovernance protests in Nigeria. A trusted source at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos revealed that Ajayi has included Sowore's name on a security watch list, citing his involvement in the #EndBadGovernance protests and the forthcoming October 1st demonstration as justification. The new DSS boss forwarded Sowore's name to airport security for him to be arrested whenever he enters the country, the source said. And this development, I can tell, has sparked concerns about potential infringement on Sowore's right to freedom of expression and movement. And during an interview on September 4th, 2024, Sowore revealed startling information. The human rights activist and former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress (ACC) confirmed that he had received credible intelligence that his name had been submitted to airport security personnel by the newly appointed DSS Director General. And according to Sowore, the directive mandates his immediate arrest upon arrival at the airport. Furthermore, Sowore criticized the new DSS boss for prioritizing personal vendettas over addressing the pervasive insecurity that has brought Nigeria to its knees. So guys, you can help but wonder what's going on in this country. Seriously, I feel for Nigeria and I don't know where we are headed to. It's only by God's grace that this country doesn't break apart before 2027. Because with the way things are going right now, nobody seems to understand what's happening anymore. How can the Nigerian DSS send an order to detain Sowore upon his arrival to Nigeria because of his involvement in the #EndBadGovernance protest? So practically the federal government have placed Sowore on watch lists amongst those other protesters, tagging him as sponsors of the #EndBadGovernance protest. So he's been placed on a watch list. Sowore is among those on watch lists. So anytime Sowore steps into the country, he may be arrested by either the DSS or the police or any security force in the country. Because according to them, investigation showed that he is a sponsor of the #EndBadGovernance protest. So this government has lost its sense of priority. And there's no doubt about that because it's obvious, we can see it. How can they live chasing after bandits, chasing after terrorists, kidnappers, those that are causing evils in the society, and they are going after who? Protesters? Protesters, really? Hey, my country people, it is shameful. It is shameful. Sometimes, this country, we do not, in fact, this government prioritize little things over the main issues at hand. And later they end up blaming the opposition for their failures. They end up blaming other persons for their failures. You can imagine a country whereby the government goes after protesters. Now only God go help us for this country, my country people. So does it mean that the kidnappers, the terrorists, the bandits, they are not to be caught, but activists are to be treated like enemies in the country? Meanwhile, terrorists are friends of the Nigerian army. Terrorists are friends of the Nigerian government. Wahala dey o, wahala dey. No wonder they said Nigeria is a zoo. We are living in a zoo. And this APC government is the worst we've ever seen. This government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the worst government Nigerians has ever experienced, Nigerians has ever seen. But who can we blame? We can only blame ourselves because we allowed this to happen. We allowed this to befall us. So Nigerians will just have to bear until it's time for a change of government. So that is just it. Well, they've warned Sowore not to come back to Nigeria, because if he does, then anything might happen. And once you get arrested in this country by the federal government or by the DSS, that is it all. Your case will be a long case. Those that are in the DSS custody cannot testify to that. So Sowore, well, who reacted, noted that it is really, really, he's amazed because the government, left the main issues at hand, issues they ought to have focused in. They are talking about matters that are not even important. Going after protesters, going after freedom fighters, going after agitators, IPOB members and the rest, but releasing terrorists back into the society, tagging them as repentant Boko Haram terrorists. And then you see that they've refused to arrest those terrorists. You won't see the army making arrests. No, you won't. Well, a lot of things is happening. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Indeed, Sowore has, in one way or the other, tackled this government. Sowore seems to be the only presidential candidate that is different from other presidential candidates because he's an activist. Sowore, with Deji Adeyanju, had really championed this hashtag End Bad Governance protest. Now, the government have decided to place him on watch list because he called and clamored for the protest. And Sowore had made mention of an October 1st protest that would occur come October 1st, where he said Nigerians will come out. He tagged it as, is it 1 million man march, where he said 10 million Nigerians would come out to march against the government. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.